saw some hate comments, man.
Oh boy, here you go.
One said McLovin rapping.
Here we go.
Vlad rapping. Like, like when you see these backhanded compliments, because some of them are like,
they usually don't say I'm bad.
Exactly. They're that's backhanded compliment. They just like they gotta say something funny. Like they look at you and they're like, "Yo, you look wild punchable." Like you know what I mean? Like, do you get that a lot? And how do you feel about that?
It is what it is. Here's the thing: nobody ever says that to my face. And I think a lot of things, it just comes with the territory, man. Like people are gonna hate when you get to that. Get to these next levels, get to these higher platforms. It's gonna come with it, and like. I've always been a person that looks like I'm like, if you white, you Ben Affleck. That's me. I look like a lot of white guys. Like apparently, I get Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson is crazy. Duncan Robinson.
Bro, during that when they were in the finals, bro, people were texting me like, bro, you're on fire right now. Like I can't tell you how many verses I'll cross out after 2 lines. To me, the first bar is everything.
Gotta be it.
I
get that a lot from your music too.
I learned that from Prodigy, Mobb Deep. Like he was the king.
Bread, ribs, $100 bill.
Right off rip, you're in that. You know what I mean? That's what I always try to do. So like, if I don't get that, and I don't have that feeling, it's hard for me to continue writing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I look at that like grandfather off the boat. I hope like like this is where I'm at. You're now talking to a real soprano. Mm-hmm. You know where I'm at, like right off jump. So that's always what I approach everything with. You know what I mean? And then I always just stay ready, man. You don't know what these guys are gonna throw at you.
Left lane. It's down bad. 50.
Yeah. If you ain't bucking, you looking, you heard. Yes. Froze up, cause they know what's up. Just know what's us, got the pulse up, hold up.
Like and subscribe!
Hot Water Records Podcast. You already know, man. You know my name. It's Verge. Today I'm here with my guest.
It's Nick Moody, Long Island, New York. How we doing?
Long Island, New York. You running with that, or we running with Brooklyn in the blood, or like Long Island was in the cut? You said Brooklyn in your blood. Like, talk to me about New York.
They tell me I can't claim Brooklyn because I didn't go to high school there. I moved right before high school.
Who told you that?
It's kind of like.
Can you go to your neighborhood today and they know you? Somebody recognize you?
I'm a little bit older. That's too. I don't know.
Is there a store, a staple in the community you can go to and they recognize you?
My family business is in
you
Brooklyn.
From there.
That's what I said. Thank you.
You from Brooklyn.
I'm owning it.
Yeah. Hot Water, we stamped it. You heard?
I'm owning it.
Now, I want to jump right into it, man.
Okay.
You play sports. You really like.
Yeah.
You officially a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
In your high school. What is
Correct.
that? Belmore High School?
Belmore High School, yeah.
Belmont or
JFK.
That's like the borderline of Queens and...
No, it's like right by Freeport.
Okay.
Wantagh.
Yeah, that's almost Queens. We from out east. That's
for you guys.
Yeah, that's Queens.
Yeah, it's Alabama out here.
Talk to me about like the hoop dreams and when it went left, or did it go left? Was it
definitely went left? Yeah.
How?
I think I went. I tried to
first of all, you a Hall of Famer.
Correct.
Like,
yeah, I appreciate.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody can say.
No.
I'm a Hall
appreciate
of
you
Famer
bringing that up.
highlight.
I don't talk about that.
Why not? Why? That's why we here.
I know.
That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Was like,
I appreciate that.
Because I seen it was just not just basketball. You had football accolades,
baseball
accolades. Yeah. Chosen for Team USA to play in Spain. Like, talk to me about this. What happened?
Yeah. No, I had a great high school career. I definitely exceeded a lot of expectations. I had a lot of offers on the table. But I don't know, man. I tried to go for the gusto. I went to CW Post. I redshirted. That was the best Division II team in the country. I played with 4 All-Americans. And to be honest, like, I just didn't cut it. You know what I mean? I was 160 pounds soaking wet. I needed to get bigger, faster, stronger, and I couldn't do it in 1 year. I didn't grow, and physically, I was not up to their level yet. And that's when I transferred. I went to New Paltz, and I don't know, man. Since then, my mental wasn't what it was. You know what I mean? Being an undersized guard, like, I had that attitude in high school where I was just like, I used to tell people, I was like, I'm gonna score 30 tonight. There's nothing you could do about it.
I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, I averaged 29 points a game my senior year. You know,
average 30. You got to round that up to 30. Ain't no 29 point.
There was only two people that averaged more than me, and one of them was Tobias Harris.
In the history of the school? Or
no. In that year.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I don't like. for my career, no. Just that year.
So you didn't have like an injury. It was really just like, yo, you felt like you didn't make the cut. You was like, yo, I didn't.
Well, then I went to New Paltz, and
I thought for sure you blew your knee.
I did eventually.
Okay,
in college that happened.
In college.
Yeah. Damn. When I went to New Paltz, I just didn't have it mentally. Like I lost that confidence a little bit, and it took me a little bit. And when I started to get it back, I got hurt.
What was it, like a sit down you had with a coach, or?
He lit me up, man. Yeah. He would let me up, kick me out of practice. You know, he expected more from me. I had a great summer.
And this was high school or college?
This is college. Like my first year at City Post, and it was a learning experience for me because I look back on it now. I'm like, I gave up on myself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then I relate that to everything I do now. It's like I'm never gonna let that happen again. Yeah, man, I had great opportunities. I was able to play in Spain. Like, I still had a good college career.
So you did go play in Spain because it said chosen. I was going to ask.
So what happened was Division III did this thing where, like, they picked some of the better players in
D3.
Right, to play for the USA team and go over and play against the professional teams in Spain.
That's all.
And we traveled for, like, a month. It was some of the best times of my life.
You had to foot the bill yourself, or they was paying for like, stay?
They paid for almost everything except for, like, I think it was just the flight. I think the flight was what we paid. Yeah. Yeah, so it was like, it was really cool. It was like things that basketball took me to places that I never would have expected.
Yeah.
I still scored 1,000 points in college too. Yeah. It was a.
Yeah, I see you have Mama Love with the ball and all that.
Yeah, both of them, high school and college.
Yo, listen, man.
It wasn't what I wanted, but I had a good college career. Yeah. It just.
How many years you played?
Well, after I got hurt, I played. I was there for a long time, but I only played by, I believe, 3 years.
Okay, only 3 years?
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear this, man? He talking about only 3 years.
I didn't finish.
This is what happens when you are a journeyman in life, because your name been around forever. You know what I mean? As far as music in Long Island, music in New York, period goes, I've been seeing your name for a very long time.
Appreciate
I understand that calling 3 years. Yo, it was only 3 years because you've been in it for so long.
Right.
3 years to you was like.
That was my life. Yeah. Like when I got.
Why you don't talk about that more? Like why?
You know what? You're right. You're 100% right. I mean,
I feel like that's gonna open a lot of people.
I touched on it a couple times. I have a song called "Shooter's Roll" where I have like my
your footage. I seen the drill.
High school,
I seen your little. Yo, I'm 6'1", 160 pounds. I say, oh yeah, I
that's
watch
what Jay Hernandez.
In my mind, I'm don't take this the wrong. In my mind, I said, oh yeah, I watch him on the court. 160, 6'1". Oh yeah.
No
more. I'm gonna put him in a book bag. Oh yeah, you taller now.
Nah. Got more weight on me.
But
now.
you're still 6'1".
Yeah.
Okay.
But that I had Jay Hernandez was my trainer.
Yeah.
He's the assistant coach of the Nets now.
Yeah,
so it's like it was a journey, man. But it definitely led me where I'm at now.
How come you didn't gravitate towards like a sports career? Like I have friends that the hoop dreams kind of didn't go how they planned to, and then they said, you know what? Let me be a trainer. Let me be assistant coach. Or so how come you didn't transgress that way?
You know what? I think what happened was. When I went to New Paltz is a liberal arts school.
It's up north. I was up north.
Right. So
my cousin went to New Paltz.
It's an art school. So I was around artists.
Right.
My house, the house that I lived in was like half athletes and half graphic designers and rappers.
Like a grindhouse.
It was a weird house. You know what I mean? And that's when I started getting into music. I didn't even touch music until I was.
Wait, hold on. I got called Cap. I seen you. They got the footage. I seen you with the mic at the wedding, rapping bar for bar, M&M's.
Yeah.
So you don't say
That's facts.
Okay, yeah. Talk to me about that wedding, man. That was a vibe. That was in your bag. Everybody was in their bag. I can tell when it's a good time. You see it on camera. You know what I mean?
My family's different, man. That's an Italian wedding. We don't mess around. Those weddings were legendary. It's legendary.
Legendary wedding. Who was it? That was your uncle?
I think it was one of my uncles. I was young. I can't remember which one, but I want to say it was like my Uncle Charles's wedding. I would say.
Yeah, the record that you were singing was like an OM record. I'm like, that
yeah. I was like 7. I was like, 2004. I think it was earlier than that, honestly.
It was earlier than 02, 03?
Something like that.
And been on the burn for a long time.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like today, that's like a legacy record. You know what I mean? Like you play that today at a wedding.
Yeah, come on, young white kid. Come on, that was what it.
You word for word. You had the look and all. I said, oh, they did this on purpose. Like you knew y'all was about to record this, or
I didn't know.
They asked you to do that?
No. Well, they knew. I was obsessed with it. So when that Eminem came on, my cousin was like, "No, you gotta go." He went and grabbed me. So
gave you the mic, like, yo, get crazy.
Get in there, and I went crazy. Yeah, that's it. But no. What I meant was like I never wrote nothing.
Right.
You know, I never
until you got to that grindhouse.
So I was always a writer. Like I went to school for like English literature and stuff like that. So I was doing creative writing. I was doing a lot of screenwriting.
Okay.
But I had never written bars or nothing like that. Until I went there and I started messing around. And I was doing it for fun. Wasn't taking it seriously because I was playing ball. I didn't have a lot of time. But if I never went there, I probably wouldn't be on this path.
So you're like a late bloomer.
Right. Like, you know what I mean?
Most
like
people say, "Oh yeah, I've been writing since I was 10." We had a guy say, "Yo, I've been writing all my life." Like, yeah, you came out the womb with a pen. I heard you.
Right. I was writing my whole life too, but never in this form.
Okay.
You know, it's different.
But a writer's a writer.
Exactly. So like when I first started, I had all the concepts, I had all the ideas, but the flows and the rhythms and the lyrics weren't there yet. So it took some time.
What was the moment you said, "I'm here"?
After college, after I left college and I was working a regular job, I had, I was still working on music a little bit, but nothing serious. I had some stuff happen in my personal life where I had to look myself in the mirror and look at my life, and I hated where I was at. I didn't like what I was doing. And in that moment, I went and I did the earwax sessions. I don't know if you remember that. My friend Marlo and my friend Bensi, encouraged me to go and watch them do it. And I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'll get up there. And it was the first time I went on a stage as Nick Moody, and that was it, man. I loved it.
That was at the Amityville.
At Earwax.
I might be reaching. I might have been there.
I was there a lot. I was there a lot.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It's like 2017, I think it was.
Yeah, because I think it was two spots, right? There was one that was like up the block more, closer to Montauk. It was like a bigger venue.
I know what you're talking about.
The joint you talking about is like a small bar.
Amityville Music Hall.
Yeah.
They renovated it. It's nice now.
Right,
too.
but there was another venue just down the block, like going towards like.
That's not there no more either. That's Revolution.
Exactly. I was gonna say something.
I did that place too.
Yeah. I think I might have seen you there a long time ago.
I opened up for Marco over there.
Okay.
You remember the little white dude? He's fire.
Shout out to him. I'm not familiar.
Yeah. He's good
with his game. Speaking of family, man, I see you do the Uncle Nino skits. I see you do a couple skits really where you kind of like, and I know it's a lot of truth and justice. So my question is layered. How does your family feel about what you do for real? Do the jokes come from real life experiences? Because I know I get a hard time. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine.
Yeah. They don't get it. My immediate family gets it because they're
grew up in the house with them. It's different.
They know how hard I work at it. They know, as long as I'm working hard at something, they don't mind. And like I still make money. It's not like I'm struggling. So that,
that alleviates a lot of it. When they see you doing all right in life, they're like, all right, well, you do that on the side.
Do whatever you want, right? Like.
But the jokes.
My uncles.
It felt real. It felt like
I work at an Italian restaurant. You the walking joke every day. Every day.
Hey, there goes Tupac.
So I one of my shout out my dude Knock. All right, because he worked at my job for a very brief amount of time, but we became close friends. He was like, yo, I'm pulling up to your show. I had a show about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Right? Shut that shit down at New Blue. We had one of my favorite shows I've ever done. It was such a great night. Energy was crazy. People coming up like they were loving it. He was there.
Okay.
We had to open the next day at the restaurant.
Wait. Say that again.
We had to open the restaurant the next day.
In the morning, you saying?
In the morning, right.
Okay.
So having all this praise, people coming up to me, like shouting my lyrics at me. Yeah. You feel like the man. You feel right. I got walking to work. It's like, how was your show, Nick? I know nobody showed up. All day,
no,
nonstop. Whatever you do, nobody watches this guy's videos. Just go spot check that table. Right back into it. And that's what I deal with on a daily basis. So I just take from it, man. I take from it. I try to make a joke out of it because otherwise, it would get to you. But it's part of it. It's part of it. People don't see it until they see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's hella good promo.
I have fun doing them, too.
You go from Nick Moody to Nick Cage.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you jump when you jump into that bag, I'm like, he belonged there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he belong. That's when you in that. When somebody in the pocket, you got to acknowledge and say, nah, he belonged there. He's doing what he do. Shout out to the friends that help you bring your visuals to life, man. You got a lot of supporters that actually pop out. I've seen you outside with the supporters pop out. Mm-hmm. I see the videos. Talk to me about how hard. Like, what's the expectation when you say to yourself, you want to do something as crazy as the Mad Hatter vibe you had in that vibe? Like, talk to me about like when you know you can pull this off. Like, how do you go into it? Like, what's the expectation? You know what I mean?
like and subscribe. We really set the bar high for ourselves over time. We had some really crazy videos. If you look back, that one was nuts, man. It was a porn star there. We had pop singers there. We had Lexi Peters was there dancing around in the Mad Hatter costume.
Why
like,
get everybody to commit?
You know what, man? It's hard. It's not easy. What happens is, like, you guys, like, people see the video, but they don't see the 3 videos that failed to get there. It happens. Like, I just went through something this weekend. I was supposed to shoot something tomorrow. It fell through. This person can't make it. The videographer changes the schedules. It's hard. It's hard with that. But sometimes things align. You know what I mean? If you're working consistently, people see that. Eventually, stuff starts to fall into place, and I believe that. And that's what happened with that video. I was around a lot of people. I was around Sasha. I was around Marlena. I was around Luke, who was shooting all my stuff. I had Paul doing photos, and I just invited everybody as my friends, as backup. Bluff's in there, who produced the record, wilding out in that video. And we just had a time, and everybody just came. My friend just moved into that house.
Oh, that's a lot of trust.
Well,
shout out to him.
The garage was a mess.
Yeah. Oh, so that was a 2-for-1. You helped him.
I cleaned up his whole garage, decorated it.
Yo, shout out to the friends who let you know what I mean, use their platform.
He already had the Corvette in there. But yeah, man, it was a perfect moment. It kind of all came together. We had so much fun shooting that, and
it looked like fun.
Oh man,
yeah,
it was a vibe for sure. Yeah. But again, they don't happen like that every time. Like
they don't.
So
it's tough to get that many people in a room.
Yeah, I remember.
How long was the shoot? Like that was a long. It took.
So I had Alana Love there.
Yeah,
and she got there early.
Not one of the bigger names showing up early.
No. And she,
looking for Joe, everybody else. You're like, yo,
yeah, exactly. She thinks I'm like running some sort of like sham of a shoot already because it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But I had my friend just
keep on ice.
Yeah.
Yo, put Shorty on ice.
Giving her a couple drinks. Talking to her manager, chatting up, and I'm like getting things set up. I'm calling everybody. Oh, where you at? Like, Eventually, it all came together, so I'm happy about that one. And we had a couple like that. We made I was in the process of making a movie last year. So
what happened to that was one of that's on my list.
Yeah.
What happened to the movie? It was looking like a vibe. It was looking like something.
It's ready. It's done. I had to change course a little bit. Some things changed up. Some things I was noticing on my end, and one day it's gonna come out. I know it will.
Okay. Work in progress.
Yeah, the ending didn't really work. You know what? A lot of things changed in the process. What happened with me? I put a lot of time and effort into that. I put a lot of money into that. I took out a loan for that movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm still paying it off. And like this weird thing happened where like I was like, when I'm working on this, right, and I'm not doing as many shows, and I'm not out as much because I'm so obsessed with this thing, writing this script and getting these things together. And I was working on it with my ex-girlfriend too, so we were like all the way in.
Right. And
how am I gonna stay present in the hip hop scene, which is where that's what I've started my whole fan base on. This is what I do. How am I gonna stay active? So I started hitting the ciphers, I started hitting the freestyle circuits, I started hitting all these they started popping off.
Yeah.
They started going not viral but like mini viral.
Viral, bro. Viral. Don't short yourself.
No, but they were like local viral. It wasn't
viral.
Yeah. Followers start going up, like, you know what I mean? I'm getting hit up from all these different platforms. I'm like, now I'm posting these movie clips.
They're like, what the fuck is this?
What is this? Why are you dressed like that? And I'm like, damn,
they got fucking stupid ass suit on.
Exactly. Man. Like people were confused. Like, yo, I thought you
was a real rapper.
Dead ass. I thought you were real. I thought you represented the real, man. I don't like what you're doing with the tattoos and the blue hair, man.
Yo, but that's good engagement. Those people.
It is and it isn't, but at the end of the day, I felt like I was confusing people with the rollout, and I needed to present the movie as a movie, and the movie wasn't ready yet, so we decided to.
That's smart.
Yeah, trust me.
You say we? Who's we?
Just me, Bluff, everything.
The team.
Bluff is my guy. Like,
y'all just friends.
No. Bluff is my guy. Yeah. Like Luke is my guy. Ben, everybody that worked on that movie's like Felipe, Nikki, and everybody that was involved in that movie's. Whatever they, it wasn't just me. So, we it's gonna come out. I promise you it will. But we learned a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's part of it.
I pride myself on being able to say, like, if I ever get a bag, I know exactly who to call. I know exactly what to do.
That's tough.
You know, I don't want to be the artist that's just this guy. Like I look up to the Childish Gambinos and the Lil Dickies and the guys who are able to
they do
everything. You know what I mean? Lil Dicky gets a lot of flack, but that show is amazing.
That show is hard.
It's amazing, bro. Like he's hilarious, you know, for what he does. And
I find him funnier than Childish.
Definitely funnier than Childish. Childish is a little bit more
and
intellectual. I know he can shoot.
Lil Dicky got the cannon.
He can shoot. But yeah, he can't, I gotta have to get up in him. Pause.
That was crazy. I was gonna let you slide, but
pause.
Being that you highlighted it, we here. We here. You highlighted it, so let me hit you with a pause. We gotta get the Dame Dash pause button in here, man. Cause there's been a lot of pauses the last couple of episodes. You know what I mean? Now, I heard you mention it earlier. You said you had a moment where you had to look in the mirror. I want to talk about this record, and I seen you said, hold on, I'm looking through my notes. Is Amen still your most personal record? And was that the inspiration for the record? That situation where you said I had to have a moment with myself, look in the mirror, and I didn't like what was that? Or?
The first verse, yeah.
First verse.
Not a lot of people catch that. I appreciate that.
That's still your most personal. I get this every Pete. I get this every interview, man. This is what they. You know what I mean?
No, it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because I don't talk like you just said. I don't talk about basketball. I don't talk about this person because it's this person that I lost in my life that started this whole thing. It was an ex-girlfriend of mine who just. She's the whole reason. She was the first person that ever looked at me as an artist, and she was like, "Why aren't you doing this?" And losing her kind of changed my whole perspective on everything. And in that first verse, I barely even touch on it, but it was from that.
Sometimes it's all it takes is a couple bars.
Yeah. And then I went into talking about other stuff too, so it wasn't just hers. That song, I never was able to fully talk about it, and I still haven't. But on this new album that I have coming out.
That you could cross that off the checklist. We here. We talking about it.
Yeah. I talk about it.
Yeah.
Not in full, but I was writing a song one day and I was working on it and it just kind of went there and I was like, wow, man, this is.
So that's still your most personal record to this day.
Yeah, probably.
That's like
all good is up there too.
Okay.
All good is up there too, but my Uncle Phil. Amen, and then there's record on here. God Only Knows on my new album.
Okay, album mode.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Yeah, I just performed where you about to have your listening party.
Kusa?
At Kusa Collective. Shout out to Kusa. I just performed there with Buddy at the invite.
Yeah. I was supposed to be there, man.
Was you?
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
No. He asked me to do it. I had to do I was doing a cipher in the city.
Okay.
But I was gonna pull up after. Just like the cipher went on Long Island.
Dope spot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's where my listening will be too.
Okay. So talk to me about album mode.
Yeah, man, we've been working really hard on it. You know what I mean? It's just about ready to go. March 27th, it's gonna come out.
Okay.
March 20th, which is my birthday, we're gonna do a listening over at Kusa. You know, just play the record. I'll do a couple of the songs, just a little bit intimate, acoustic style, unplugged.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then April 5th, this is a big day. I'm doing a show at Mercury Lounge in the city. Live Nation tickets.
Okay.
I got Nia Zoe, Marlo DeMore, One Take Carter, all opening up, and then I got my boy John Durante, DJing all night, house sets. It's gonna be a fun night, man.
House sets.
Yeah. We're doing it hip hop meets house, man. That's how we do it over here.
Yeah, hip house.
Yeah, I love all genres, so I had to get my boy.
That's kind of like the undertone of music right now when you hear the Dominicans with the dembow.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of the drill tempos is like some of that shit sound like Undercover House.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Some of that shit is just do high BPM. It's just Undercover House. Like you surfing on it a little different,
bro. Like
it's that.
I don't know why there's not more crossovers in that, and I think it's so dope.
Yo, all right, so I'm gonna change gears, man. I saw some hate comments, man.
Oh boy, here you go.
One said McLovin rapping.
Here we go.
Vlad rapping, like like when you see these backhanded compliments, because some of them are like,
they usually don't say I'm bad.
Exactly, they're
that's what it is.
Backhanded compliments. They just like they gotta say something
funny.
Like they look at you and they're like, yo, you look wild punchable. Like you know what I mean? Like, do you get that a lot? And how do you feel about that?
It is what it is. Here's the thing, nobody ever says that to my face. And I think a lot of things. It just comes with the territory, man. Like, people are gonna hate when you get to that, get to these next levels, get to these higher platforms. It's gonna come with it, and like, I've always been a person that looks like I'm like, if you white, you Ben Affleck. That's me. I look like a lot of white guys. Like, apparently, I get Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson is crazy. Duncan Robinson,
bro. During that when they were in the finals, bro, people were texting me like, bro, you're on fire right now.
What happened
like,
to Duncan Robinson?
He's not playing.
He's not on the Heat no more.
I think
he's on the Heat, right?
I don't hear nothing about him. He's either hurt or he's not playing well, because I don't hear nothing about him.
It's you. We never seen Duncan Robinson and you in the same room together. It's really you.
Yeah, guys, I don't take that stuff too seriously. It is what it is. Like, if they were legitimately hating on me,
right,
it would be different. But a lot of the times, like you said,
it'd be love.
They just gotta say something. Like they just gotta say something, and it just comes with the territory. I try not to focus on that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's enough love on there where it doesn't matter.
There's enough love on there where it doesn't matter. Look, you said I just do it for my fam, because followers don't mean fans.
That's correct.
That's an interesting bar for somebody who's got like almost 20,000 followers. Like, tell me, like, baby, no selling you. Like, what? Like, where you get that? Where did that come from?
I was doing a lot of shows with bigger artists. Like, I was on a bill with somebody from the city, $250,000.
Drop his name. Drop the name.
No, I'm not doing it.
Drop the name. Shameless plug.
$250,000 followers from the city.
Okay.
I'm out selling them on tickets. What is that?
That's crazy.
What is that?
The followers don't equate to fans.
That's what that means.
So
and even me, like,
you think the numbers matter then?
They matter for a sense. Like, I'm somebody who, I've never bought a follower. The most I ever do is run ads on my stuff. That's it.
Right.
And sometimes people show up, sometimes they don't.
I wrote that down too. That's one of my notes. Is you don't cheat the grind. You built it brick by brick.
Built brick by brick.
Yeah.
You know, you see that. Like, even when my posts don't do good, people are there commenting and interacting. You could tell that.
Yeah.
You could look at somebody's page right off rip and then know right away if somebody bought followers.
Right.
But it's also hard, man. The algorithm changes. Like, if you don't post for a minute, you lose that, and you got to build it back up. You have to stay consistent. It's not easy. So, you know, I'm sympathetic towards it, but at the same time, like, a lot of these like careers are being built off nonsense. You know, you're seeing people cancel tours left and right.
Fluff.
Like, it's just not real.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like so happy that you're seeing this like rebirth with the boom bap, the Larry Junes, and you know what Benny's been able to do, and like even the new Reason project that's going on. Like, these independent artists that are being able to build these fan bases.
You fuck with DTC? You did a DTC project before?
What?
Direct to consumer?
I have not yet done it. No.
You sound like you need to. If you
feel
selling
like
tickets, that's
well. Listen,
that might be the money you was talking about to do the things you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the next step for me. That's the next step for me. I want to get to a certain point with. That's why I focus so hard on this album. Like, I want this album to be special. I wanted it to be my centerpiece, and then I could build around it, and then we could start talking and having those conversations about building the business and selling the merch and doing the shows and stuff like that. I had it when I was on. I went and did some shows. Shout out to my boy James from Good Vibes. He got me some shows in Chicago.
That's wait, hold on, because I seen a tour from like 3-4 years ago. You did like a 4-leg tour. It's like the Tri-State. That's part of that tour, or that was another tour? So you've been on tour. You just this touring ass rapper. You've been on tour.
I've been on tour, yeah. I've toured overseas, London, Finland.
Yeah, talk about it. How was that experience?
Overseas is crazy. Yeah. It's different.
You stay over there. Your passport stamped up. You
play
basketball in Barcelona.
One of my original managers, who's still like one of my best friends to this day, Selena Hannaford. She's married to Nutty Peas, he's a legendary grime DJ rapper. I was just out there wedding.
Shout out to the women behind the scenes. A lot of women outwork the guys.
I'm sorry, God. I wouldn't be nowhere. Fact, BB, Kanika, like, I wouldn't be nowhere.
A lot of the women behind the scenes outworking the guys, and I don't know what that's about, but shout out to the women, man. For sure.
Yeah. So, you know, through these tours, like on my tour in 2019, I had a show in Boston that was run by my friend Anthony Obas, and he had studied abroad in London, and he invited his London friends, and one of them was that woman Selena, and I met her in Boston. And then 2 years later, I'm out in Chicago, London, touring with them, and then eventually, I got to Chicago. Like and subscribe! Why I brought up Chicago, though, was 3 years ago I went there for the first time, just on it because James invited me out there. I did a show. I think maybe 7 people came out for me, something like that. I went back last year in October, those same 7 people, not only did they come, they brought all their friends. So that 7 is now like 30.
The old solo effect.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you really want to put the work in, it's there. It's easy. These small markets don't have much going on over there.
That's a fact.
So they're gonna come if you connect with them, if you give them the good music.
You wildin' in here, man. I got, you know what I mean. I got to keep you on your toes. Hey, listen, they gonna have a field day with the audio, man.
All right, man. Whatever.
I hear you, man. Listen, Nick Moody is one word when you look it up.
Yeah, he's supposed to be, but
you
everyone messes it
your
up.
grandfather named you? Call you Moody? That was a joke.
I mean, he
that was real shit.
He used to say lunatico.
Okay,
which
translates to
it means something different. Obviously, right. Like in Italian, like obviously lunatic it means moody, but it means more of like a short fuse, hot tempered. Where over here it's like a temperamental teenager. That's not what it was meant to be. He just always would call me that, and like I love that show Californication with Hank Moody. It was the main character. The guy was from Long Island writer. It made sense when I started. Yeah.
It's not some way you say it and people are like, why the fuck? Your name is Homicide? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
My name is Homicide.
No, because people, if you know me in real life, I'm pretty calm guy, and then you see me on stage, I'm like yelling in your face. That's where the name comes from. It's like I bottle that shit all in so I can let it out there. Yeah, you know.
Now I be seeing. Look, I like I said, I feel like we've crossed paths before a few times. I seen you perform somewhere and you pull up with a shorty, with a female, and I'm like not expecting you to be the artist. Like I saw the bill, you know what I mean? Like I saw who was on the lineup. I'm seeing you where you stand, and I'm like, this nigga about to go, and then you go on and you gotta understand the stakes. This a Peter Lou shit like that. Where I'm like, I seen you on the radio. Like, how you get to these places? Was it a onslaught after, like you did the Lord See and then it just took off, or are you putting yourself in these? How does the freestyles and all of that work?
For me, just one thing leads to another.
So you got to on the radar on some
off the love, for real. I mean, everybody asks me that, and I give them the same answer.
Same thing with Punchline Academy.
Same thing with everything. Like off the work. You know what I mean? When I first got to Lord Zier, is because I was at South by Southwest. I ran into my boy Torres. Okay. And on the street.
Who's my son from the promoter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
And he's good friends with Infamous Amadeus. Okay. He's like, yo, you got to pull up to this. We got a competition going on in New York. I pull up. You know, everybody's rapping. Amadeus is like outside. He's not even watching. Right. Torres goes out and gets him. Watches me rap.
That's the love, man.
Sees me rap. He picks me to win the showcase. Just off of, running it, you know what I mean? Off of shit like that. And that's what everything has been. It's like, oh, I saw you on this thing. I saw you on that thing. Yo, come through. Kind of like
by brick.
Exactly. And it's people don't understand that. They think like I'm paying for every little thing. It's like, nah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, it look like it, gang. It looked like it. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like.
Because it's all coming together, and that's what an easy way to say it. You know what I mean? But
it's easier for them to say, oh, not paying for that than for them to say.
You're not outside like I'm outside.
Son, rapping though.
Yeah. I'm outside. I'm
at the ciphers. At what?
I say this to guys all the time. Like, how many verses did you write this year? I guarantee you, it's nowhere near what I wrote.
Some of these guys make my job hard.
That's what I'm saying. What are we doing?
You know what I'm saying?
Again, like, listen. Everybody has their own method, but that's what's worked for me. That's the only thing that's ever worked for me is in person because I get the online things. I get the McLovins and whatever. Yeah. But when you see me rap in person, you get it. You can see it. You see my soul a little bit. You know what I mean? Where it comes from. And sometimes that doesn't read online, and I know that. And like, I'm working on how to change that. Right. But also, why not go to the bread and butter? Let me. My goal is to get on tour with these guys. I want to be on tour with these guys. I want to open up for people. I want to be on the bigger stages, rapping in person because that's where I think I shine. Right. So, that's been the focus, and that's what's going to continue to be the focus, and that's what this new album is, a hip hop album for that reason. Because I want to be able to go and take those records and do them live.
Shout out to the producers, man.
Yeah, man. Sticks, Bluff, Wake, you guys killed that.
Very good beats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's important. That's key. That's clutch.
Yeah.
At what point when you in a cypher, or do you even have this moment of saying like, I got him? Because I know, like, you're a white rapper. Mm-hmm. You walking into the room, it's almost like a handicap.
Yeah.
They looking at you. They looking for your flaws instead of looking for like,
100%.
Oh, he about to say something fire.
Yeah.
At what point is it when you get that first? Do you write with that angle? Like, yo, let me get one bar off where I got the attention. Like, do you have that moment of like, I gotcha?
I love, for me, like, I can't tell you how many verses I'll cross out after 2 lines. To me, the first bar is everything.
Gotta be it.
I
get that a lot from your music too.
I learned that from Prodigy, Mobb Deep. Like he was the king.
Bread, ribs, $100 bills.
Right off rip, you're in that. You know what I mean? That's what I always try to do. So like, if I don't get that, and I don't have that feeling, it's hard for me to continue writing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I look at that like, grandfather off the boat. I hope like like this is where I'm at. You're now talking to a real soprano. You know where I'm at. Right off jump. So that's always what I approach everything with. You know what I mean? And then I always just stay ready, man. You don't know what these guys are gonna throw at you, and
yeah, they on a moving train.
That shit is hard.
Barbershops, you everywhere with the freestyles. Yo, I seen you performing, and you had was it? I don't know if you brought her. I was gonna ask you. I seen Shorty with a hula hoop while you was performing. I'm like, this is part of the show, or like
I was running with that crew. Yeah.
That was she was with you.
She was one of my.
Was that the same
friends.
girl from the Fire Island show?
No.
That was a different girl.
That was a friend of that girl.
So you just got a bunch of crazies you run around with. Like this, is like a performing arts show for real.
For a minute, that's how it was. If you came to my release show in Brooklyn, that was one of the wildest things you could have seen. It was a movie. I threw it at a warehouse in Brooklyn. I set up the stage.
Okay.
And we just went nuts.
That's the one with the hula hoop. That wasn't it?
I mean, she's been on.
Shorty had the hula hoop.
She was there a bunch.
I'm like, oh, this is different.
There was a bunch of shows that she jumped out for. She does that though. That's what she does for like.
Okay.
She pops out to everybody.
Okay. With a hula hoop.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Shout out to the hula hoop girl. Yo, I seen the video for In the Family. That's In the Family, right?
Yes, sir.
Watching the video, I'm like, oh, son, I had to stop the video and I thought you had son from The Sopranos.
Yeah, that's him.
The casting was on point. Everybody in the joint looked like this is really them.
Yeah.
I do this in real life type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought you had Vito.
That's him.
That was him for real?
That's Vito,
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
The dude that got caught in the parking lot?
Joseph Ganascoli, yes.
That was him for real? Why he look like that?
He looks...
He look a little... He don't look the same.
No.
We talking about the same person. Sopranos.
Vito, the Fanoke.
They thought he was the... Maroon. They thought he was one of the guys that was doing it. Because the young boy caught him in the...
Vito, yes.
That was him for real? How you get him in the video?
My restaurant is a big-time restaurant. That's why I bothered him every day for like 3 years.
And he gave it.
He was like, all right, whatever, let's do it. And I made him come in, and I didn't tell him shit. I was like,
he didn't even do no lines or nothing. He
no nothing. We improv that.
That's fine.
I had to, because if I gave him a script, he would have said no.
That's a fact. Or he would have said, I need some bread.
Exactly.
That's hard. So it's really him.
I swear to God.
You're not capping.
No, bro. He's a good guy.
Googles, man. We got this on camera.
He's a good guy.
Listen, we got recording. You said it on camera and audio.
That's him. That's Vito Soprano.
That's hard.
He's the man.
That's hard. So you're really leaning into this Soprano thing, man. You're doing it for the Italians, man. I have a question.
Yeah.
Oy vey. That's not Yiddish?
It is. Yeah. But
You part Jewish?
Nah. So I explained it a little bit in the post. Like everybody, like my grandma used to say that. Like that. It's just something like about Jews and Italians that's like we're in the same kind of, we're like distant cousins.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just a lot of similarities in a lot of the things that we do.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like for whatever reason, my grandma used to always say that, and it just became. I was writing that song. I was like, you know what? This is not Italian, but it feels natural to me because of everything that I grew up with. It was just part of it. Like it's like oh manon, oy vey, like oh mamma mia. It's like the same vein. So yeah, I just considered it. It was all right. I explain. That's why I try. Like if you in the post, I like literally made it like Yiddish
I seen
word.
it, but we here. I want you to, you know what I mean? Like you said, in person.
Yeah,
that was the online. I need you to. Run it in
I
here.
even included the Sebastian thing because he talks about that too. Because his wife's Jewish, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Okay. No, that's hard. Yo, man. What's 2025? What 2025 look like for you, man? Like, what we doing? What's on the? What should we be looking out for from Nick Moody? Like,
his album's coming out March 27th. Yeah.
Okay. That's right around the corner.
Yeah. Okay. Big show April 5th. Listening party if you want to hear it ahead of time, and then man, we're gonna be.
I might pop out to that.
Yeah, come through. We're gonna play it front to back.
I got the email. I'm tapped in. I'm with the peoples. I just did a show there. I got the email. I can show you. I got the email. I said, oh shit, look at boy.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be outside all summer. We're gonna make at the end of this year, I want to be on tour with somebody legitimate. That's really what the goal is.
You want to be on tour. That's the goal. That's what success looks like for you this year. If you're able to pull that off, I did my job.
Yeah, if I can get on tour with a bigger artist and get in front of these bigger...
I can see you with like a Lil Russell or somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I
mean? Give me somebody that's...
Good range.
Hungry, on the grind, and looking for somebody that, can really perform. Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of rappers, and there's not a lot of good performers out there, man. There's a difference.
I want to do the Tony Yayo face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about to me?
Yeah.
What? Like, what do these dudes be thinking? They think it's just like,
I don't know.
I'm going to show up with all my drip. Gang is going to be in attendance, and we just going to make it a movie.
I say it all the time, man. Like it's also like, it's not like, I'm not talking about theatrics and putting all this nice. Like, when you get on a stage and you rap, and those words that you wrote match your energy that you provide for them, that's always going to be fire.
That's always going to hit.
Always going to be fire, no matter what they are. Yeah. Even if I don't live the life that you live, it doesn't matter. Right.
It's how you say it.
Exactly.
Do I believe you?
Exactly. Conviction. Like one of my favorite artists of all time is Kendrick Lamar. Like, do I relate to anything he's saying? Hell no. Right. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, I want to understand because of how he presents himself and how he raps it. And I've seen him a ton of times. So, it is what it is.
Yo, you giving me Marlon Craft vibes, man.
Marlon's fire, bro.
Like and subscribe.
And I seen he did the slam. Now I'm doing the math from the live. I'm like, damn, he might have stole your swag. Oh Lord. Nah, shout out to him. I like Marlon.
He's definitely He's very good. He's very good. I can't hate on him, man.
Listen, I'm tapped in with all the white rappers in New York City. What's her name? Lord Sko.
Lord Sko, yeah.
Lord Sko. I seen him
young,
perform.
Yeah.
I seen him perform. He was at my man was performing at Wonderville or some shit. It's like an arcade in Brooklyn.
Wonderville, yeah.
Punchline
Academy.
Matter of fact, did you do Wonderville?
I
think I seen you there
Punchline Academy, yeah.
I seen you somewhere at my man's show, and you performed on the same bill. His name was Heartbreak Julio.
Heartbreak Julio.
Yeah, you was on the bill.
Huh. I don't know. I've been on a lot of bills.
Yeah. No, you working, boy.
Yeah.
You working, man. Yo, look, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. I want to leave some on the table for part 2 when you come back. You know what I mean? Talk to me about your success and all of that. Any drops? Anything you want to plug? Anybody you want to shout out? It's the time to do it.
Yeah, man. I just Arrivederci.
Arrivederci, kaputs. That's it?
March 27th, man.
Okay.
That's the name
of
the album.
Name of... Oh, okay. I thought you was in your bag, Italian bag just now.
Oh, yeah. It means until we meet again.
Okay. But that's a project.
It's a full-blown album. Just shout out to Bluff, man, for guiding me through the whole process, producing some of the records. Shout out to my dude Sticks. Guy's one of the best.
Bluff is the one from the video. Y'all did like a skit together.
He's tall mustache.
Yeah. Well, it was some shit where he like. I've been watching your shit for like 48 hours. Cram it.
Was he sitting right next to me?
It was y'all was sitting together. Yeah, it was like a skit where he was kind of like, yo, man. That's Bluff. Okay. Shout out to Bluff.
Yeah, Sticks, White K, the whole Doobies chat, man, that you guys have, motivated this whole year. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be consistent. After this project, I'm not done. I got a whole EP worth of pop and EDM shit and, like, messing around with different genres.
I hear it in the music. I hear some, like, rock-inspired.
Oh, yeah. That was that whole movie I threw in there. I had a whole album to go with it. I threw that out, too. That's ready.
You threw it out?
I didn't throw it out.
Okay.
It's ready. It's just when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna focus on this hip hop stuff first. That's what means the most to me. And then then we'll spread our wings. But
what does success look like for you again? Just being on tour?
Being on tour, being able to create with no bounds, man. Like that's what it looks like to me. To live off my art. You know what I mean? If I could make an album and then go and turn around and make a movie for somebody or make a movie off the album. That's what I would love to do, because at the end of the day, like, I do enjoy creating the visuals almost as much as I enjoy making the music. And you can see that in the video. Like, we put a lot of time and effort into.
I don't put out bullshit.
Nah, we don't mess around.
Quality.
Yeah, and I love it. I love doing that. So I want to continue doing that, and I want to continue doing that at a high level, like bigger budgets, because I have some.
So speaking of budgets, it's probably my last question. If you have an opportunity to go on tour with a big name, but he says, yo, I ain't no money or ain't no Fetty involved, you come with me, you taking that, or does the bag have to be involved?
For that? No. Well, what does it look like? Do I do I get one song? Do I get whatever? Like, are you throwing me on at 6 p.m. when nobody's there? Like, what does it look like? You know what I mean? There's logistics. There's ways that people mess around with that stuff sometimes. Like, I've been a part of some of things like that where people...
Janky promoters,
like, try to just, you know, like, oh, I got this opportunity, blah, blah, blah. You paid a little bread, and blah, blah, blah. And then you get on, and it's 6 p.m. There's 3 people there, and I'm, you know... I opened up for Dave East when he's not going to be in the building till midnight, probably.
Sometimes performing first works.
No, it's great.
Everybody shows up.
If you're opening the show, fire.
I've seen it where the headliner is left.
Right. It depends on what kind of show it is. Is it a show?
Yeah.
Are people paying tickets to go to a show, or is it one of those showcases? There's a difference. There's a huge difference where people just come in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I mean by brick by brick. You see how you know all these little intricate details? That's experience.
There's a million ways through this game. You know what I mean? And it's hard. And I feel like my way is kind of dying in a sense, where people don't care about the live performances as much. They're focused on the content and all that other stuff, and that's cool too. Like, I'm definitely focusing more on that than I ever have as well. Like, not just videos, just like the small stuff in between. You know, you in your room, reviewing your own song, like streaming, all that stuff. It matters more than ever, but this is why the performances are going south, is because people aren't focusing as much anymore. So
they don't got bars like that.
Also true.
Let's keep it real. They don't got bars like that. They're not saying the shit you say.
So, you know, man, like, if it's a good opportunity, I'm going to take it. You know, and if there's ever an opportunity where I can be in front of a lot of people rapping, I'm going to take it. Yeah. As long as it's legit, you know, and I'll do my due diligence, and, you know, I'll read the room and try to figure it out. But, you know, I've been screwed over enough times to know what to do right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know how this game goes. Yeah. For sure.
Shout out to you, man. Listen, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. You don't got nobody else to drop, nobody else to plug in, no nothing.
Yeah, just in my family, man. I love you guys.
Shout out to the fan. Fuck the haters.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Kaputs, BJ. My brother.
Cool. That was fire.
Appreciate you. I'm always going to have that type of conversation with people, man. Yeah. Yo, so how'd you start rapping? Nah, we ain't doing that. We don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, generic ass questions. Like, ask some real shit. Yeah. That's why the sports shit was important for me to touch on. I'm like, yo, I ain't see you really.
Asked me about that.
That's why I went there, man. I ain't even really. Like and subscribe!